Good morning, everyone. Into everyone's life, a little rain must fall. Or sometimes it rains, sometimes it pours. Whichever wise old adage you would prefer. So rain is like business. Sometimes it's a deluge, and sometimes it's a sprinkle, and sometimes it's a drought. What are you having in your world today? I am probably not having a deluge. I'm having one of those steady rains. Those nice steady rains. But, a drought could be coming, and I have to be ready for that. So, anyway, enough with the rain analogies, for heaven's sake. How are you guys doing this morning? I am doing fantastic. And let me just tell you that this positive attitude is not natural for me. It really isn't. But I find it much easier to maintain positivity when I am facing you, because I do not want to be the one that spreads clouds around. Oh, there's the rain again. It's going to be that kind of day. So I find it's my responsibility to remain positive so that I can spread a positive, cheery disposition. And there's a lot to be cheerful and thankful for. I'm thankful that the traffic is getting ready to relent a little so that I can get out into it. But, so today is going to be a day of organization and purging and listing and shipping and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. I have a lot of goals today. I am hiring someone to help me just for a couple of hours to do some lifting that my old bones don't want to do today. So I'll let some young bones do it. Because my eBay stuff is in the basement, and I just don't want to carry tubs upstairs today. And I don't mind paying somebody to help me do that. And she's a college student and can use the money, so that is win-win. I got my coffee this morning. I needed coffee this morning. This is Tim Hortons, for you, those of you that may not have Tim Hortons. It is not the best coffee. It's okay. But I'm not someone that drinks Starbucks from Starbucks either, because I think their coffee tastes burnt. That's just me. I like their other drinks, but when you're getting black coffee, that coffee needs to taste really, really good. And I just don't think Starbucks has cornered the market on black coffee. On their other frilly drinks, they do really well. And those are quite delicious, the iced ones and the hot ones. But today, it is Tim Hortons substandard coffee that will get me through the morning. When I used to work and we had the little cafe downstairs, I used to drink Seattle's Best. That wasn't bad coffee. I kind of liked that. But, free trade kind of thing. And I like the thought of that. I really, so today, going to try and get some stuff done, some organization. I would even like to move my office area around a little bit to make it a little more efficient, because it's really not. My table where I set my computer is on one side of the room, the printer's on the other. So every time I print a label, you have to go across the room to get it. Now, this is not a very big room, but still, I can save those steps for sure. Because it is raining cats and dogs and probably other pets. And I don't want to be out in it. I don't want to source, and I've got some things to list. So we're going to take ourselves back to the house after I pick up my helper here. She doesn't doesn't have a car, so she can't come to me. But I'm going to pick up my helper and go back to the house and get some work done. And we'll see how proactive and how productive and all other kinds of pro things I am today. So let me know how things are going for you, because this is a two-way conversation. Otherwise, it's me having monologues all day. Let me know how things are going for you. Is it slow? Are you stuck with a product that you can't seem to move, and you'd like some folks to take a look at the listing? Because I'm perfectly fine with you guys listing a listing in our Facebook group and getting some critique on it, because without any fear of humiliation, because one thing I will not stand for is negative Nellies that do not have any constructive feedback to give. So feel free, if you've got a Facebook an eBay listing that you're having some issues with or would like some advice on, feel free to post the live link in the Facebook group, and we'll take a look at it and see if we can come up with some constructive feedback that will help you get this sold. Yeah, rain. I love rain. Okay, I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, I thought I'd take a couple of minutes to go over the Seller Hub just briefly, really quickly, and that way, if you don't have it, if you're not, if you haven't opted into it, you can see what it looks like. And if you are opted into it, but really haven't played around with it much, I'm just going to give you a quick overview. We're not even going to go through all of the tabs. We're just going to go through the overview page so I can show you what's there. And then I want to show you the things that sold. Some of them sold today and I haven't shipped them, and the others I shipped this morning. So I'll go ahead and get that done as well. And then in the next segment, I'm going to talk about an item that you may be overlooking at your thrift stores, and you may be missing some pretty good return on investment. So let's go ahead and jump into the Seller Hub. So it's got these tabs across the top. Of course, it identifies your store and your feedback, etc. And then it's got the tabs across the top that will take you to screens that you're used to seeing. So, for example, this screen, which shows all of your active listings, things that are waiting to be shipped, etc. Or actually, this one takes you to your active listings. So this is all of the items that you have listed. So these are screens that you've been used to seeing before. It talks about, here's your messages. This is what's waiting to be shipped. Here's your sales. This is what you owe eBay. It keeps account of all of the feedback that you get daily. And then it tells you what your forecast is for the next month. Will you be above standard, below standard, or top rated? So, and I think there's a top rated plus as well. But so then when you scroll down a little bit, it's got all of these little boxes that have different information. So here it's telling me that I have a message that is unread from an eBay member. And this is actually not accurate, in that I've already taken care of that message from the from my mobile device. And once I click on it, it'll show that message has been answered. There's also two labels that need to be printed for two items that need to be shipped. And I will take care of those in the morning. Here it tells you what your sales are, and how in the box below it tells you how you're doing. But so it breaks it down by what you sold today, what you sold in the last 7 days, in the last 31 days, and the last 90 days. And this one's kind of interesting. You would think this would be 30 since this goes to 90, but I guess they give you the longest possible month of 31 days. And it tells you that you're up 23.3%. And I think that's over the last 31 day period. And then here you can see like how you're doing daily. The spikes are, and you can kind of look at when are you selling. Down here, it talks about your orders, and basically kind of talks about some of the tabs that are up here, really. So this is your orders. And it gives you a snapshot. Like I have one order that is awaiting payment. I have 2 ready to ship. And then I've got 94 items shipped that are awaiting feedback. I typically only do feedback once a month or so, just because I do bulk feedback and I get it all done at once. So I don't care that much. But I feel like I have an obligation to give other people feedback since I get quite a bit of feedback myself. Tells you what your listings are. So if you want, and all of these are hyperlinks, by the way. So everything on this page is a hyperlink and will take you directly to that place within eBay. So if I want to go look at my drafts that I have written, I can click there. If I want to go look at all of my active listings, I can click there. It says there are some with questions, but actually I've answered all of those. And I do have one auction that is pending. There will be 3 or 10 items ending today that I'll need to relist as well. Here over the last 30 days, it tells me, it gives me a comparison to myself compared to the prior 31 days, and also what the market is doing. So you can see I'm up 23.3% over the last 31 days, and the market is down 4.4. Although compared to the same period last year, I am up 287%. The market is up 9.7%. And the reason I'm up so much is because this is about the time last year that I went into suspension. So I was working to get unsuppressed, basically. I don't deal with this very much. So here in this section right here, it tells you what your level is, and really, what you're rated as today, how you'd be rated if they rated you today, and what your defects are. So this is a really important box, especially if you are struggling with your performance. This is a good place to start to look for what you might need to correct. This box talks about your feedback and gives you a snapshot of that. This box I don't pay a lot of attention to. They want me to revise some listings, but I typically generally don't follow their revision suggestions. I don't find them to be useful. And then it says I have 491 listings that qualify for top rated plus, but I don't want to go to 1 day handling time, so I'm not willing to do that. Here's some shortcuts that are important. Canceling a bid, ending a listing, blocking bidders. If you all have had a problem with a particular buyer, or you're getting messages that are not professional, that include profanity, or you feel like a potential buyer might be less than legitimate, this is a place where you can go and add their handle or their eBay username and block them from bidding on your items, buying your items, or contacting you. Here's where you can set up your site preferences, and that's a place where you can go to enable like automatic returns, or you can make changes to your preferences here. This is also where you can go for like eBay payments and things like that. There have been some times where this has been changed to no through the system as a glitch, and then all of a sudden you're not getting any sales. So that's something you can check there. Another thing that is really cool that you can check from here is whether or not you enable the global shipping program. That is here as well. It was just here. I don't know where this just went to. But anyway, so you can go through here and it will give you a lot of information. So Anyway, it's probably right here in the shipping preferences. So if you wanted to offer the global shipping program and enable that option on your listings, it will allow you to do that from here. You can also offer combined shipping from here. So this is a pretty good box. This box is pretty important for the site preferences. And then there are a lot of other really interesting shortcuts here as well. These are some things that you can do to run sales and promotions, manage your store, etc. So these are pretty important too. Any announcements will come here, and you can review those. These are your limits. So these are how many items you can list, how many you have listed, how many items, in number items you can list, and how many dollar, and how much dollar amount can you list as well. So if you are just starting out and you have a pretty small limit, you can go here and request to list more. It is more of an automated system now than than the phone call, but you can go here if you are at like 100 or 200 listings or whatever, and request to be boosted up. I'm just going to show you what that. Of course, they don't want to increase mine because I'm not even using close to my number of listings, so they're not going to increase mine. I'm only at 731 that have been listed and sold for the month, so it does take into account all of them. I only have about 595 listed right now, something like that. So it does count all of the ones you've got sold to, and then the total quantity. All right. This one I wanted to spend a moment talking about. So anytime that there is a special promotional offer, it will be here. This one is for guitar basses and other equipment, pro audio equipment. Well, I don't have any to sell, so I'm not going to activate this offer. But this does give you a smaller final value fee. And then these are the listings that I get with my store. So these are the basic listings. I get 250 fixed price listings, and I get 250 free auction listings. And I don't use auctions very often, as you can see. So what it tells me here is I've used 250 listings. I have 0 left of my fixed price. And here I have used 1 of my auction listings, and I have 249 left. So this one is pretty important so that you can kind of see where you are. I never pay attention, honestly, because I know I'm going to go over the listings, so it doesn't matter. And then here is your account, your eBay account, what you owe, what you've paid, and then what your new balance is. So that's where you can find all of that information. So anyway, I thought I'd go through that real quick. I hope that's helpful to you. I've told you before, I was not a big fan of Seller Hub when it was in beta. And, but I really like the changes that they've made and the ease of use. So, I'm probably going to stick with it. So let's just jump into what sold. I paid like $4 or $5 for these shoes, and then realized there were a couple of problems with like the rubber band in the ankle, but still sold these, for $19.99 plus shipping. And, they took a couple months to sell. But, I'm pleased with that. They would have gone for a little bit more had they not had some issues, but, it is what it is. So I bought these 8 Girl Scout Junior badge activity sets, and these 6 for $13 for both sets of them. And I sold them for about $40 for both. And it only took less than a week for those to sell. They did sell medium mail because they're activity books, magazines. They don't have any advertising in them. So the next thing is the spoon rack. I told you guys these things always sell. They are a bit of a pain to ship because they're large and they're flat. And I wish I had more boxes that were large and flat, but I just made a box for this and it went out this morning. I paid $1.50 for this, I think, maybe $2. Sold for $20. Took about 2 weeks. This guy, I've had for a long time. I've at least had this probably 6 or 8 months, and paid $2 for it. And I put this in the blow it out or throw it out sale just to get rid of it, and sold it for $4.99 plus $8.50 shipping. And I got a nice note from this guy that said he bought one of these in Korea in like 1976 or something, and which was the year that of the bicentennial, and that he was happy to find another one of these. So I was really happy that somebody that would appreciate this got it. So this went out this morning, and I did double box this just to make sure that it got to him safely. I told you guys about this in yesterday's video. I paid $1.50 for this. It sold. The buyer said that it did not work as it should, and I paid to have it shipped back, and it came back in a flat rate envelope, and I refunded his money. So to break even on this, to get my money back, I sold this as for parts for $10 plus it shipped in a padded flat rate again. So at least I broke even on this. And then this I bought, I just listed this, I think Saturday or Sunday. And this was a box of probably 500 doilies. I couldn't tell because it was an open box. It was pretty full, but I wasn't sure. So I listed it as 400 plus doilies. And I listed this on Sunday. Yeah, I think on Sunday. I paid $3.50 for the entire box and sold them for $29.99 plus shipping. So, you can't be mad at that. That's a pretty good return on investment. And that's just a diverse group of items that sold. These are all household items or, just items that are not specialized in any way. They're as different as they can be, but there's a lot of money to be made there. So just be creative when you're, when you're looking at items to buy. Check to see if there's any value to them at all. Check your phone, look them up. I did not, when I looked this up, I did not look up the brand. There was a brand name, but I didn't look this up because there's probably, 10,000 people that make these. I don't know. So, I just looked up lace doilies and thought, let's see what these might be worth. And what do you know? They sold pretty well. So that's all that I've sold, like last night and this morning. And, I'm probably going to relist a few things today. I did get the basement straightened. I had a girl come and help me today. We get rid of a bunch of stuff. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tubs of stuff to list, so I got plenty to list. I did go to Goodwill. I was just driving by, innocently enough, and I thought, there's a parking spot there free in the Goodwill. Well, maybe I'll just park my car there, and since I'm in the Goodwill parking lot, maybe I'll just go inside and see if they have anything. And I ended up picking up a couple of things, and I will show those to you in just a moment, because these are items that you probably are overlooking at Goodwill. So let me get set up for that, and I'll come right back to you. So let me ask you a question. You've got baggage, right? I mean, we all do, right? We all have baggage. If you don't have baggage, you probably should consider getting some. And let me tell you why. There is a market for particularly vintage luggage. Who knew? And these are items that you can generally pick up very inexpensively at your thrift stores. So I've got a couple of examples for you here. Please, when you're buying these, do your research, because I will tell you, some are worth a lot of money and some are not. And these are things that I have to look up every time, just because there's a variety of them. Some colors do better than others. Some brands do better than others. So make sure that you do your research. But let me tell you, there is money to be made here. So they had an entire set of this. This is an American Tourister. This is a train case. It's a cosmetics bag. It does not, unfortunately, have the key, but most of them don't. But this one does have the drawer, which is pretty unusual. And it smells like old lady inside, and not in a bad way. Kind of like vapor, talcum powder, you know. So I mean, it's good. But look at this. Cute, cute, cute. Look at this little marbled tray. See the detail in that? How cute. So the fact that this one there's a crack, but this, you know, plastic this age gets brittle. This is from the 70s, and they had the entire set there, but I just didn't want to invest. It would have been like $30 for all of it, and I don't know if I want to try and ship an entire set of luggage. I don't know if there's enough money to be made there. So, but anyway, this is in really good condition. So it's not beat up. There's no tears in the vinyl. The hinges look really good still. The handle's in very good condition. And even the bottom is not very beat up on this. And it's kind of a lovely marbled brown color. And these are routinely selling for between $20 and $40. And again, I've told you guys this before. If you list something like this for $20, well, guess what? It's going to sell for that. But I'm willing to list it a little more competitive, or a little more aggressively, and you know, wait. But I paid $5.99 for this, by the way. But to sweeten the pot, I went ahead and bought the overnight bag as well. So these match. This is American Tourister as well. I love it that it's got the luggage tags on it still. And this is kind of that bowling ball shape. There is one that is more bowling ball shaped than this. But just really cute. Love this little detail on the back. It has a large pocket. It's got a large, like, centerpiece, and then a pocket inside, and then, you know, you've got the pocket on the outside where you can put your travel documents, and that kind of thing. Show me your papers. So I'm going to sell these two together, and I think I'm going to ask about $45 for these. They match. They're in really good shape. They're not beat up. The strap, so these are vinyl. They're not leather. And they're really well made. I mean, the American Tourister then is not the crap that some of the crap that they make today. But like, the strap isn't all broken up, which happens on purses after I use them for a while. So these have not had a lot of use. So I'm going to ask $50. Yeah, probably $45, $50 for these. I paid $5.99 a piece for them. So that's two pieces. Sometimes even things that look like luggage but aren't are worth money. So pick this up, and cute. Could be a lunchbox, could be who knows what. But I saw Fisher Price on it, and you guys know how I love my toys. So they wanted $9.99 for it, and I opened this up, and look what's inside. Get it out. A Fisher Price DVD player. How cool is that? So, with very simple, the screen is made right on the front. I mean, isn't that ingenious? That is so smart. But very simple controls on it. At least I think it's a DVD player. It may be some kind of game system. I don't know. But got a nice little stand. Very, very cute. This thing has Dolby Digital sound. Really? But it does have the... here's volume and things. It does have the power control, the power cord, because that was going to be a make or break for this. I didn't know if I would want to buy it if it didn't have the power cord. But it does in fact have the power cord, and it is a DVD player. It's called the Kid Tough DVD player. And this thing is selling for about 50 to 60 bucks. So, you know, 10 bucks, 60 bucks, I will take it. If it was not pink, it would be going to my grandson, Ethan, because this is the kind of thing that he would love in the car. But it's pink, and some people are hung up on that gender-specific stuff. Me, not so much. I don't really care, but I'll just let people be. But what a cute little bag. So, you know, I was kind of looking for luggage, and what do you know? It's not really luggage, but worth quite a bit of money. And then the last one I've got, I was really, really happy to get. So, I saw this bag, and you need to always keep an open mind when looking at items that you're unfamiliar with, and look for quality. Even if you don't recognize the name, look for quality, because you know, things that are well made are worth money. That's typically the rule. So I found this bag, and I am not familiar with the Merit company, but it was new at tags. The price was right for me. It was $7.99. And the bag looks like it's got a little bit of wear just from being thrown around. But, I mean, the quality of the materials on this bag are just excellent. So I did a little research on this bag, and learned that it is a bag used by first responders. So this is called a mule bag, and it's multi-use large equipment is what that acronym is for. And this is something that turns into, it's reflective. It's got reflective materials, and it will turn into a backpack. And that's another thing that you need to watch for. Backpacks, you know, high-end backpacks can be worth a ton. So I wasn't sure exactly what this bag was going to be worth, because at first I couldn't find it. I didn't know exactly. There were others that were worth money, and I couldn't exactly find this bag. I had to bring it home and sit down and look through it to find exactly what it was. But what I learned, because I thought this was luggage, I didn't know it was a first responder's bag. I should have figured something out, just because it is such heavy, it's so heavy duty. So I thought it was like a hiking bag or heavy luggage for people that travel. But I finally did the research. I finally found this bag, figured out it was a mule bag. I just checked to see if there's anything inside. And it is a bag that has Velcro in the insides, and you can build compartments in it for your equipment. So are you hanging on to your seats? This bag, new, with free shipping on eBay, and there's only one sold, $339 or $399 for this. Crazy. So because this one is not perfect, I'm probably going to charge $300 for that on an $8 investment. You know, that's the kind of home run we all wish we could get a little more often. But the whole point of this was I did not go into Goodwill to buy all of this luggage. You know, I was just going to look and see if maybe they had some electronics or some toys I'd be interested in. That's certainly not what I was looking for. But you take your opportunities as they present themselves. So they happen to have luggage, and so I bought luggage today, and I think I'll do pretty well with it. Plus, I didn't buy, you know, 30 things to list for $10. I ended up with just 5 things, and two of them will go in the same listing. So, and actually, one of them I didn't even show you. It's not luggage. It was a shelf that I bought for organization downstairs. So, if you don't have baggage, get some. You don't have to start with a bag that's this big, because it can really be tricky until you have had a lot of experience shipping items. So, you know, don't start with something like that. Start with something this size. This will be easy to ship. I will just shrink wrap it, then bubble wrap it, and throw it in a box. And it won't cost a fortune to send. And somebody will really love that. So that's what I've got for you today. I'm excited to show you. I have had a couple more things sell. I'm really excited to show you those tomorrow. And thank you again for tuning in and sharing my day with me. It really means a lot to me that you're here. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for, you know, continuing to support me. And for my new guys, I mean, we just hit 100 on Saturday, and it's Tuesday, and I'm at 110. So I don't know what you guys are doing, if you are sharing the videos or if you are, you know, liking the video. I don't know. You guys must be doing it. It's not me. But, you know, my subscribers just keep growing and growing, and I couldn't be happier. As long as I am bringing content to you that is what you want to see and is meaningful to you, then I'll continue to give content. So that being said, don't forget to go over to the Facebook page, facebook.com/groups/socially awkward sellers with an S on the end, and join there and add a comment to the pinned post to be put into the drawing for the $50 Amazon card as we are celebrating 100 subscribers. And that drawing will end on Saturday the 15th at 4 p.m. The winner will be announced at 6 p.m. on Saturday the 15th, and then I'll get your information at that time. So good luck to you. It is a random drawing. And that's about all I've got for you today. I am gonna, if the rain will hold off, grill some hamburgers with some provolone, and got corn on the cob, so just a yummy summer barbecue kind of meal for dinner tonight. I'm going to try and get some more things listed, and you know, maybe I might even squeeze in a nap, who knows. But thank you so much for spending your afternoon, well, it's not your afternoon, spending a few minutes with me as I ramble on and on. Just remember, the dream works when you do, so keep dreaming and keep working, and I'll see you the next time.